Hey everybody, Mature Simmer here. Oh wow, I just popped up on the roof. That was great. 'Cause yeah, I was gonna say I always love waking up staring at the door, but that's how it works on this farm. So I'm back here for the Own the Map challenge. I know people might be like, "Oh my goodness, did it go away?" No, it didn't. I just struggled to find time, and so you're the beneficiaries of the fact that I did some crazy stuff to do something for one of my flight sim virtual airlines. Had me setting an alarm for 2:30 in the morning to land a plane, and then ended up kind of getting up earlier than I normally would have, so I've got a bit of time. So here we are, and we're going to make some progress. So as a reminder, because honestly I don't even remember where we're at. Alright, we harvested everything, that's right. We've only got 60,000, but we are looking, so let's see. Got a lot of barley. If I look at the price fluctuations, now is one of the worst times to sell. So I want to wait until later. But I need to get things probably in the ground. I guess we can plant some more barley. And maybe what we'll do then, because if I plant it today, or in June here, I'll be able to harvest in September. But I don't think I have anything. I have 821 liters, so that's not too bad. Alright, which is my big tractor? It's been a bit, so... So the medium tractor is my Massey. And we're going to go ahead and get this connected. I'm like turning my head, like why can't I see? But this is not a head tracker farm simulator. You know, this is not head tracker time. And that's why we do this in Farm Simulator. Man, yeah, I've been doing a ton of trucking as well, so I'm a little out of sorts here. You know what? We're gonna go the other way, and we're gonna get the little fields done, and then we'll go from there. So we've got these here. So yeah, I've got those that are mine, as you can see on the map. So we're gonna go ahead, put this down. It cannot be planted in June. Wait a minute. Oh, it's the green. Man, I've been gone way too long. The green is what when I can plant. So I was like, oh, I can plant and then I can harvest. No, I can plant and then I can harvest. So let's rethink this. Let's see, what do we got? We don't want poplar, oilseed radish. I definitely don't want to be playing with root crops. I don't have the equipment for it, so that would be bad. So at this point, yes, I can't do anything. So let's go put this back. I apologize. Well, I don't. I mean, it's what happens, but yeah. Can I get past this? I can't. Oh boy. Oh, that's funny. You can put that on the roof. That is hilarious. Or like I can link it to the front. It's saying, yeah, sure, connect that thing to the front of the tractor. Alright, well, this is the next thing we're gonna need, so maybe we go ahead and just leave it. So, yeah, it's coming back to me now. So one of the things I was thinking of, because we need to kind of kickstart this a little bit, is, do I just not plant anything until the spring, see if I can buy any fields, because again, like I still can plant things in March, April, May, and my barley is going to have high prices in December. So yeah, I think I just want to go forward and get myself to then, which obviously is just going to involve me losing a little bit of money each day. And so the only problem is it's like sleeping's not possible. But what I can do is I can just let the time go faster. So I'm probably going to do that. And we'll get ourselves to December. All right, so here we are. It's really fun just staring at the door and letting time go by. But you can see we lost like 4,000 euros because we're sitting here, not doing much. So the process will work better, as we grow, because then we'll just be more and more active in theory. You can see basically we lost 660 euros a month. And at this point, about 1,019. Let's see, oats, yeah. I mean, everything should be up because grain is grain is grain, which is kind of what we want to some degree. I mean, maybe we'll do some sorghum, other things, but again, I don't remember if this planter does a lot of things. It probably doesn't. The sorghum, canola, those kind of things will also work. But if we look, beautiful. We're not going to be greedy, so we're just going to go with this. I mean, because there are rising prices, but actually some of the better ones are at the grain mill and the grain selling station, and they're decreasing. So now I need to figure out where those are. Okay, so this is selling point, Upper Cryau. That's me. So that doesn't matter. Wenzel Farm, Cryau, question. Okay, there's grain mill, but I don't know that that's the grain mill. It is, so that's one. And then the Zapral, as my guess is, that's like another town. Is that? Yeah, that's probably over here. That's Lazniki. Where is Zapral? Is this Zapral? Okay. So the real question is it worth, it's probably twice as far for 10 extra euros per 1,000 liters. I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the unfun things first. And what that means is I'm going to be taking partial loads of grain, like wheat and oats. Although oats we might have enough. Because I think if I remember, this is like a 22,000 liter trailer. I could be, again, totally wrong because I did look. I've not been in here for the better part of a month and a half, I think. So it's been a long time. And I do struggle with the thing of, I know there's folks that really like farming simulator content. And so it does get a little challenging because it's not that I don't want to provide it, I just enjoy a lot of the other sims I'm doing. Oops. So now wait a minute, like I should be able to fill. Why can't I fill? Is my fill point somewhere else? Because that's my dump point. Do I have to like back in to some weird spot? Oh boy, well this is part of the fun sometimes with a map. You're like trying to figure out what works. So I don't know if I need to get in. Problem is you can't really back these trailers up. They're a pain. Ay, ay, ay. Alright. Alright, let me go around. Because, yeah, the thing I need to figure out, too, is... can I... Do I want to rent, like, a baler? Come on. Okay, well, this isn't a fill point. Then where is the fill point? Alright, well, I'm glad I can go through the ditch. That was something I'm like, is this gonna work, or am I gonna get hung up here? So, we're gonna keep trying to figure out if we can take this grain now, or do I need to put that stuff away? Like, do I need to do something? Alright, so mystery solved. I realized, oops, hello, that there was that other trigger point. So yeah, you've got to go trigger that, and then the spout comes out. Not high enough for our trailer. So again, this is some of the problem with some of the maps. Sometimes it's like the base things. I mean, the argument could certainly be made like, hey, you should use smaller equipment, but I think this trailer came with this farm. I don't think I bought it. I don't remember though. Alright. So now we need to get ourselves 2 places, and we'll see if we can alright, so what I'm going to do is I am going to utilize auto drive. Alright, so this should start to drop things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this way. And basically now we're going to want to label this point, and we're going to call it silo fill, or silo empty. That'll make more sense. Alright. And then we do have the road, which is nice. And so I know we're going to have to go, I think, to this direction here. So that's going to be a bit challenging. And we're going to stop recording there. And hopefully we'll be able to see, but let's see. So, because what I want to do is turn this around, and then we want to do that, and then we get on here, and we'll have to do things, you know, fix things later. But, alright. So we're just going to make sure we don't have a problem with the auto drive track, because the benefit will be kind of just like with course play. At some point I'm going to just need to run a bunch of loads, and driving it manually every time is not really fun. So sorry, I just realized I had the time slowed down, because I'm like, well, I'm not going to let time click away while I'm trying to figure out my equipment on the farm. So I had slowed time down, but now we can kind of go back where we need to. Alright, so we're good there. So then we go to cross the little bridge, And then we go to a very narrow roadway, which is obviously 2 directions here. But I'm happy that it's already auto-drawn, because that is not necessarily normal. But basically, you turn on auto drive with a, and obviously you have to have the mod. But if you've never used it, I'll kind of build in the tutorial here. So if you're following this series and you're new to Farming Simulator or auto drive and trying to figure it out, now obviously the thing I need to do is figure out where we're going. So we're here. All right, so we got to turn left and go there. All right. So the blue lines, what that's showing us is that we are whatchamacallit, let's see. Alright, so what I need to do is create some connections. So you're doing that by holding the control and the mouse button, but you just click and click. And so the green is one way. The blue means you can use that path to auto drive both directions, which on a single lane dirt road obviously makes sense. Let's see, like these, they come out, but they're not really connected. And again, you're also having to be aware, like, okay, well, what would I really drive? Because otherwise your equipment gets hung up. And so you can use the record and drive it and draw a path like we did in our yard, which is a little more efficient. Looks like we're going to get some snow, which could stink too for getting things to market, but maybe we'll deliver things before we need to worry about it. Now again, let's make sure we know where we're going. I think we're going to the mill, yes, by the bakery. So I need to go up the road through the intersection, but welcome to town. We've not been here yet. So now we get some visibility of this. And hopefully all of this is built well. It is sadly not. Interesting, because a lot of times they'll do okay with this. Alright, so again, we're going to need to now control. We're going to put one there as well. Well, okay. So now what I need to do is go here to here, here to here, here to here. There we go. Now they're not connected because I want to go here to here. Whoops. Ah. Okay. I'm going to go here to here. Okay. Now I want to go here to here, here to here. Because, yeah, it's like we have a couple different paths. We have a couple different paths there. I don't know why we have, like, 2 sets. So, the other problem is I might not be... Almost like we have 2 sets, which I've never seen it do. So, I'm like, are we connected to the right thing? So again, let's we're going here to here, and then we're going here. I'm going to try that, but that might not work. It probably will be okay, but yeah, we've just got... Yeah, I don't like this. Because if I didn't connect to the right set, like, then it's going to tell me my path is wrong. So sometimes this is why you don't use the auto drive that it creates, because basically what it asks you when you first load a map is, do you want it to create an auto drive network? And so somehow the way this map was created, see, the other way, now I understand why we have like 2 arrowheads, because that's what I was looking at. Like, I've never seen that. I don't understand. But what that's telling us... Okay, so we need to go... Alright. So... Again, I need to go where I can see. Come on. Alright. So what I want to do is place, place, place. And so now I want to go here to here, here to here. And then we're going to want to place, whoops, place, place. Right, and then we're going to go here to here, here to here. But yeah, the problem you potentially have is that it's got 2 networks, and then if we're not connected, when I try to drive from the farm to here with the auto drive network, it's going to say there isn't a path. And that gets really challenging to troubleshoot in this case. Alright, where are we going? Okay, I think we're going in there. Alright, so now, again, I'm going to record, and we're going to drive this way. And that's, you know, a dump point, and it did, because we were close enough, it connected. So, well, I do need to make sure, because this may not be the dump point. Which one? Because there were 2 things. So can I... No, it won't let me there. Right, we're gonna try a few things. I don't think this is a point. Oh boy, are we gonna be able to do this? Or are we gonna get stuck on the tree? Alright, we're not gonna get stuck on the tree. Oh, we are sadly gonna get stuck on the tree. Okay. So this is gonna kinda mess things up a little bit, but we'll fix that. Because there is just not a good way. Wow. It's more with the trailer, I think, that I have. I don't understand. Really? Alright, let me put this out. So, if I flip this... Yeah, it's not giving me any grain delivery point. Am I in the wrong place? Now I'm questioning my sanity, so let's go to the map. No, I'm in the right place. One's the bakery. One's the grain mill. Alright, we're gonna tag this. Okay. So it's there. So we're gonna see... Oh my goodness. This is so small. Right, So now if I change, alright, so there we go. So I can tip right. We're going to sell this. But at this point, we're going to label this as grain mill. Right. So we made 7,427. Plus, we've done okay with the environment. And so we're going to get here. And then we're going to stop recording. And in theory, no, it did not reconnect. So, again, we're going to have to play some games here. Alright. I need to go here to here. But then the problem is, yeah, I can't see. So we're going to have to fix some things later and move the line around. But my guess is I cannot now go... Yeah, see, now it says can't reach silo empty, which I'm not surprised. But basically, because I think I didn't link... Ooh, yeah, really? Alright. So I didn't link... Like, here I've linked things. But I think right when I left, I didn't do the back side right by the farm. So we're going to have... I don't know where I'm clicking, but I keep jumping out of Farming Simulator. So... It thinks I'm on another screen or something. I don't know. But... yeah, in theory... Like, again... Oh, no, we don't... Oh, no, we do have this. So that's right. We built that. But I don't think we even have this one built. So I'm going to have to... Oh, no, I did here. Okay. So that goes there. And there. In theory, we're good. But what I'm looking for is just making sure that everything is finished. You know, and a lot of times I'll, like, fix those as I go, depending how much I think I'm going to use the map. But because, you know, as we work this, we're going to be doing a lot of things, like, we'll just leave it alone. But over time, what that helps with is, you know, as I start to buy other fields, like, things are linked. Yeah, I don't like the fact... So going back to what I said, like, this was created by the automation, but this is the first time I've ever seen it do something like this, and I think it's going to cause me more headaches. And so the concern now is... I don't even know... Because obviously I can't really restart and not have... Like, I'd have to do the whole thing again. Like, that's just not reasonable. But see, I don't have a path here either. And now it's like, okay... Because it's like I almost need to do both. Because I don't know which network... See, so, like, I don't know which dot... Oh, no, see, there's two dots there. They're, like, on top of each other. So there's just so many problems here. I don't know that this turn is going to be really easily makeable. So we might have trailers falling into ditches. Again, we're now on where we have a two-way. So, like, this is okay. But what I would normally do, so in a lot of cases, I won't have it create an auto drive network, and I'll just create the networks I need, and the first time I drive something, I just record it, and it kind of works. But the challenge is, like, something like this, it is nice that it's created a two-way, because That's really what this is. It's a one-lane type of road, but yeah, see, like these aren't even linked, so so yeah, what I need to do is take this to this, and then I need to take this to that. So that was the other problem, where we don't have a connection. But we're getting close, but I don't think we have one at the... I know we don't, because we started recording. And again, my plan was I'll just create a loop when we pull in, because that's what I would need to do. I need to drive that and go around in a circle. So, you know, we're going to go ahead and get this grain sold. But at this point, given how long this took, and, you know, even if I edit things out. So now the challenge is, and again, I don't think I can go around. Oh, maybe I can. Whoops. So what I can do is go here, and then we'll go... Oh my goodness, can I? No, I can't go there. Who am I kidding? Alright. Yeah, that's way too small. I can't get through there. I was like, oh, I'll just go the other way, but no, I can't go the other way. So we've got to do a few things. So we're gonna jump across the ditch here. And you'll notice the thing is covered. It's covered because auto drive will automatically cover trailers and stuff. Okay. So now we have a bit of a problem, because what we need to do, we're here, and we're gonna record, and we're gonna try to make this reasonable, because yes, I need to drive here, I need to go around. Alright, and that works. And then to get to the silo, I need to basically cross through here and go around. And so now we'll make this circle. And yes, the implement doesn't need to be parked in the middle, but it's a bit dramatic the way this is. And then we'll connect, which is how we had come up here. And then I should be able to finish that, and we'll just... Okay, so it didn't connect those, but again, that's easy enough once I can see the dot. Why are they... Okay, I'm like, are they going away? But they really weren't. Wow. Alright, because I need to be able to see the points to click on them. Alright. So that works. So now we'll go here, get to the spout, and see, this may be two. This may not be in the right place anyway. Alright, so now we're going to take the oats. And so now the test will be, I should be able to pick grain mill and then tell it to go. Obviously we need to fill up here, but as you can see, this takes a little bit of time. Yeah, but the hope is we're going to have enough that we can buy at least one field. And again, there's some bigger fields nearby which are super tempting, because that's how we start to crank things out. So I think what I want to do is to absolutely get the biggest field I can get based on the amount of money we have. And there's no rule that I'm setting, like on a survival series, that we can't take a loan or anything like that. So I'd be fine depleting myself, or maybe even spending a little. I think for purchasing a field, I don't want to go deep into debt. But we're then going to need supplies to work the fields, and that's where I need a little bit. Okay, so now we're good, and now we're going to see, and of course, so this is the problem. Okay, so we're going to try to look for the options and see if we can fix it. But basically what I need to do is where this doubles up, because here it's single, so we're fine here. And again, we could fit 16,000, so... And I think it's more than 20. I mean, it might only be 18,500, but... Either way, I mean, for the barley, I know we're going to have more, but see, like, these are single. You see the arrowheads. You know, if we zoom in, there's individual arrowheads between the balls. The thing that was confusing me and made me think something was messed up, and we now know it is because it won't get us there, is basically I've linked to one of the auto drive networks, or routes, however you want to call them, and but then the exit isn't linked. So what I need to do to just kind of work around this on this road, and hopefully it's just like this one road, and so just the links that I have from various places will need to do its thing. I need to create the two links like I did when I realized what was happening, so that I'm basically coming from either one and connecting to both. So see here, we have two arrows everywhere. So, like, what I can do, I think, is I think I can... No, it won't let me. No, okay, well, I don't want to do that. So... There we go. Alt deletes it. But I thought there was a way... Okay, yeah, there is. Alright. So, we have that. So we're connected to that network. And what I want to do is also connect to this one. And now, let's see... Okay, still can't reach, because again, something else is a problem. But at this point, like, I should be in both directions here, but I just don't know if something else is broken. So you right-click to move a existing point. And some of this is like I have to relearn, because... you don't do it often. See, now the bigger problem is if somehow these get disconnected somewhere, like there's no way to tell. That's the flaw with auto drive, is it won't yeah, because you want to try it every once in a while and see if it's like, oh, okay, I'm good. But and again, we've got that intersection coming up here, and so likely we connected to one and then maybe exited off the other to go down the grain road. Like, there's still a couple double breaks, so like this got us on to this segment from the farm, but what we have to do is here, because you can see, well, no, we only have... Or wait. Oh, I see. We later have multiples, so that's what's going on. So see, so if I do this, like, see, that gets me there. See, those are separate, so that's how I'm connected. So again, what I want to do is go here to here, and now maybe... Nope, still won't do it. But then I need to fix things on the back end, and I'm trying to do that. Okay, so I think if I go this point, this point to that point, right? That connects those up. So I basically need to create like connection points somewhere. But then again, we have the exit here. And see, so now this is, if I do that, see, it looks like it's on the one line. And so now that I know that is there, what I need to do is get this to there as well. Let's see. Nope, still won't reach. And then again, subsequently, because this is something, and then I should be able to take that to fix that. So that's what I'm trying. I'm just trying to piece these together. And see, there's then two. So what I need to also do is this to this. And that might be, there we go. See, now it's able to go. Because I was connected here, but that's not the same piece. So, and this is probably going to be way too fast. But we'll see. But at this point, it's linked. Okay. So, see, and this is then what you get. So now what we need to do is, what I want to do is back up. And now that I know I have this problem, what we do is we drag these kind of out here. So we don't know which one it's doing. But in theory then, oops, we're probably pointing to the other side. Let's see. Can I do it now? There we go. So let's see if it'll get through. It kind of did. I think we're still dragging, so we might want to move some more things. But this is then how you adjust things for what you're doing, because again, we're on such a tight road. You know, one could argue, I just want a portion. And again, we probably have to fix things on the way back. But we're going to turn this off soon. Alright. And what we may want to do is just manually dump this, but at least like we don't have to drive the whole way. Because again, see, so I can change the dump point, and now it's working. Oh boy, I think I did the grain door, so this is gonna take... Oh no, it's the back. Alright, this isn't too bad. But see what I have now, because we know, like, this was too... It hit the tree. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of make this turn tighter so that, and basically pull it away, because we know that didn't work very well. So that should be okay. And then similarly here, we know we got too close to the building, so we have to fix this, and then we're gonna have to figure out what we're doing with that goofy turnaround. And again, this should probably really be here. And so now the question is, and I'd be very surprised if it's gonna go, yeah, it can't reach silo empty. So somewhere we've still got something broken. Oh boy. But we're at 98,000, so that's what we wanted, because we may get 200,000. And this may be too sharp of a turn that I've drawn. I don't know. But yeah, what I need to do is like pull this. We need to just get those pulled, and you know, once again, like what we might be able to do is that, and then, you know, we need to get these over here. Like that may get us out, I don't know. I don't know what this... Let's see if I do that. Right, that's fine. We'll do a both way, and that'll work. So yeah, so grain mill's on the wrong side, as it is. So, and fixing that is a bigger problem too, but it gets me here. And that may be all I can do on this map, because ultimately what you'd want to do with the auto drive network is get yourself to the point. So again, what I need to do now is see. Right, so it is one way, but we have other links somewhere else that aren't. Yeah, there's some other way on the way back that isn't working. But if at a minimum I can... Oh, come on, really? This is great. This is awesome. So yeah, we literally can't fit here. Alright, so what I had to do was I had to super strength my way out of there, which is annoying as all get out, but it is what it is. Alright, and right now we've got one direction going here. So again, we do know we want to pull this and this. We're going to want to pull that and that to kind of get over to this side to clear that tree. That should be better. But basically what you're doing is you're just trying to get things that work, and then what this will do for me is I don't have to drive each segment. You know, but the problem honestly is these are probably all too far to the road, and they literally all have to be dragged out, which is awful because it's going to take some work. So it's interesting here, but again, it's probably because in theory now, like here we're tied to both. I did it there, but there's somewhere that I'm broken again, and it might, well, no, in theory this should do it here. Now can I get, nope, can't reach it from there, so it's still broken after this, which makes sense, I guess. So the concern is, did I ever link to both of these? Maybe not. But yeah, we probably don't exit from this both ways. So that is an issue that we potentially have. Kind of running out of time. But I'd really like to get this completed, but it's not going to happen the way we have it. But yeah, I think I'm only connected from one of these to the exit is the issue. Oh, there's like a siren. Wonder if you can hear that. That's interesting. At 1300. Alright. Oh, no, I did, but let's see. So there's that, and there's that. Now, are there two? No. Interesting. So why can't I reach it from here? That is really intriguing to me. And this is kind of how you find breaks, because it's like, can I see? I can do it from here. So there's something. So hold on, because what that tells me is there's something back here that is not connected, even though it appears to be. So that. But these are separate. Yes. So these are separate. Oh boy. It's a little frustrating. Because yeah, obviously we want those connected, but we want these connected there. Something, and maybe again, maybe I was pointing to the other side of the street, so maybe it's not that link. But then I don't know. I don't know what I'm broken on. But anyway, all right. So let me do this, and we'll just see again if it will get me there. And again, I don't think there's any overhangs here, but you know, it follows the road nicely. But yeah, it was just, would I catch that tree? But I think I've driven that before, so I wasn't expecting it to. It might slow down here a little bit because, you know, of the turn. It may not. Oh, okay. Yeah, and this is where sometimes then you play without traffic, because otherwise, on little roads like this, it just gets difficult. Alright, there's our farm. But we're going to still have to play with things, because my guess is I can't make it. But what I want to see now is the path I created, can it drive it effectively and get in the yard? See it hit. And part of it is, yes, I can slow the corners down, because that will also help. I mean, it should slow down when you have closer points like this. But see, this is the benefit of auto drive. Like, you don't have to do anything, and it just simplifies your gameplay a bit. You know, and so what we need to see here is, you know, can I fill? And yes, because I moved, I could, but it's not quite the way we want to do it. So we're going to get to see how much we can fill here. Like I said, it's either 8, I don't know, I'm not going to guess, we'll see. I mean, we saw 25%. It just, I thought it was more than 20,000, but it may not be. But yes, what I'm trying to not do in this series is like create a lot of editing, and I think it helps to teach people how to do stuff, and because I think that's the intimidation factor. Like, one of my children, you know, their adult children, has decided, oh, I want to try this, and I've actually spent a few hours with them, and we've covered course play and auto drive, but I know how intimidated they felt just doing what we were doing. So maybe this will help others to just see in real time how you would work in a map, where usually I do this off camera, and then it just all works great, and then someone new to the game is like still lost. And I think it's just going to be 20,000, not even. Okay, well, it's good to know. So we're going to head over here. And at this point, again, let's see, can we get to the grain mill? Ah, don't understand. strange that it'll go once I turn there. But we are taking the barley, and so we're going to have 4 trips that we're going to need to make. And then we're finally going to be able to go ahead and get things set. So I'm going to work on those. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a break because I know this has been pretty long with all the editing. Probably going to be making some more changes to the route. But I'm going to go ahead and just get these hauled. And we'll see where we're at, and we'll go from there. Alright, I've got the last load of barley here. So we'll get that going soon. Not much. As you can see, we have about a little under 9,000, so I'm thinking maybe we'll get 150,000 in total. But it's not going to be substantially more than that. So there you go, 155. We get turned around, and again, it's winter, so it's, you know, a little bit. But at this point, I think I've got everything figured out. So we're going to do... if I had been positioned better, it would have worked, but it had rotated, so let's see. That should work, and as long as there's no traffic. So basically there was a break relatively close, but it was like on the main road where we had the double, so somewhere like those double tracks don't always connect. So I basically got really lucky at one point. I was trying to hit it, testing it, and then it didn't work, and then I moved like a couple points up, and then suddenly it did. So I'm like, oh, well, I clearly figured out where it had a problem. So I was able to separate. Yeah, we're kind of running into things here, so this is not... Alright, so got freed up from that mess, but yeah, it just seems to get stuck all the time. Come on, get out of there. I'm like, do not do that. So we've got a little ways to go, but yeah, we're going to have to figure out exactly where or what we can do. So while this is driving, we're going to go ahead and, you know, we'll end up seeing him come on down the road here somewhere. There he goes. So he's there. So we'll be watching, but we are here. And now if I go here, let's see. All right, so that needs 461. So we can't do that. That's 252. Even these are too much. Goodness gracious, really? All right, we can do that. Let me do that. Let me really close to do this and that. See, but this has got a lot of trees, so I don't know that I want to do that. But... so, and this is good, so we're going to go ahead and buy this. And I think we're going to buy this. And that will be all we can do. But what that does, however, is get us in, you know, a good spot. We've got a couple fields, but it basically lets us do things in a little bit larger scale. And so we'll be able to figure out what we're going to grow and go ahead and do that, you know, earlier on. But the typical farming simulator, really, really dark. So again, another wonderful reason to have auto drive, so that, you know, once we have the network figured out, it can just finish up. So this is the last road. We're going to separate here when we cross the river, if you remember, because this is a two-way, but right here we're going to move over a bit. You can kind of see the little arrows show up. I think you can hide that too, but it's just nice to know where it's going. And obviously I've closed the triangle that shows where things are, but and it's kind of a tight turn into the yard, but it does for the most part make it. You can also see on the drive it's counting down the number of seconds, so we've still got 30 seconds to get to the silo, but here across the way you can see our icons and all that. We're gonna get across the bridge here. So again, can we change some things? Sure. Obviously we're running into things here and there, and over time I'm sure I will do that, but I'm just happy to have this done, and more importantly kind of get you guys an episode. But we've done what we need at this point, and then I'm gonna go ahead and we'll just stop this, and we'll turn off the engine, and we'll go ahead here and put away the spout, and we're all set. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of figure out what I'm gonna grow, what we're gonna do, and then basically when we're together next time, as long as I remember, because it might be 2 months till I get to this again. I hope not. But when we're together, I'll figure out what I'm planting in the spring. But the most important thing now is, yes, we have these fields which are kind of already together, but they're 2 long ones. Because yeah, we're buying a lot of forests, so this is probably not one I'd really want. But certainly 119 and 118 would be good. And so maybe we kind of expand along the roadway here as we grow, with the intent that at some point maybe, because what I'd like to have is, hey, if we can get 400,000 in a given year, that would be great. But I don't know that that will work. But for now, if you've not liked or subscribed, please consider those things. They're greatly, greatly appreciated. And I will see you next time.